Good morning, friends. This is Dave at Dave's Raised Bed Garden. I'm out here in the garden today. Right now, it's a little before 11 a.m. It's actually 72 degrees here right now in 7B in Tobaccoville, North Carolina. The reason that I come out is that the quick tip that I would like to give you today is that when you're having the garden and everything and being out here and we're getting ready to come into the warm season, we're only in April. We have May and then June and of course July and August are usually the hottest here. But as we come into the temperatures and everything getting ready, I know a lot of people can get this excitement in the air as that they're ready to garden and ready to plant. Let me tell you a little bit of secret that something that happens. Just even 2 days ago, we had the temperatures that were in the 50s during the day and even a light frost at night. This morning about 6:30, it was 42 degrees here in 7B. And the reason I'm telling you that is that when we talk about our plants and our warm weather and our cool weather plants, a distinct thing about when we call it a cool weather plant or a warm weather plant is based on the soil. Not necessarily the temperature, but the soil of the temperature of the soil is the important thing that we have. And that what we want to make sure is that if it's a cool weather plant, we want the soil temperature to be cool. That's why I use shade cloth as the temperature warms up. And then if for warm weather plants, you want to be able to have a temperature about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, what a way to do it is actually getting you a meat thermometer, or you can get a soil thermometer, or which I have right here, this is called a compost thermometer. You see the long stem. What it does is it allows me, because I want to be able to push this a significant way down into the compost to give me the adequate temperature that I'm looking for when I'm trying to get the compost going. And it's a heated process, and it's a process that where you go with your greens and your browns and so forth, that where you can make your compost that you can use in your own garden beds. But the tip that I want to give you is to be able to ratio or know your temperature. So by getting a little meat thermometer or even a soil thermometer that you can actually buy on Amazon, is actually what you want to do is you want to get a variable of temperatures to know what it is at the time to plant your warm weather plants. I know the temperature is going to be up in the 80s today, and of course there's a lot of people that go ahead and plant their warm weather plants, but they forget about the temperature early at night and then in the morning that the temperatures do drop. And what can happen with warm weather plants is that if you're not careful, if the soil is too cool, that what can happen is that you can stunt those plants. And if it gets cold enough, you can actually kill those plants. So now if the temperature and the soil gets on the average about 50s or so, it should be okay, and it can slow the produce of that plant a little bit, and overall it'll be okay. But an ideal temperature is what we consider as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. So by taking this thermometer, there's two different ways that you can do it. The way that you can normally do it is like I could have came out here at 10 o'clock in the morning between 10 and 11 and I should be okay. And by taking this, and what I want to do is I want to put this down about 2 to 4 inches, somewhere around in that ratio, and then I want to get an average, and I want to see what my actual soil temperature is right now. So I'm actually going to put it in my bed, and I'm going to take my camera in just a minute, and I'm going to show you what the temperature of this bed is, because I've gone about 2 to 4 inches down, and I've allowed it, and now I'm allowing it to sit in there and to be able to see what the temperature is. And what I would do is that based on this way is that I would do it for several days, up to a week. The reason we do that is that when we're putting our plants in the ground, or if we're transplanting those plants, whether it's flowers or vegetables, we're allowing it to go in there and to be able to make sure that soil temperature is adequate for that plant to grow. Another way that you can do it is based on using the thermometer, but what you're doing is you're doing two different temperatures. You're doing one in the morning and then one in the evening. What you want to do is take those two temperatures, and then you want to divide that by 2. So you're going to add it up to your total, and then you're going to divide it by 2. That what should happen, especially when we're dealing with the warm weather as we go in, the temperature is basically going to come up and it's going to plateau to where it's going to give you that temperature around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and then that's a good time to go ahead and plant those warm weather plants. The soil temperature is very, very important. Even though the atmosphere looks good, the soil temperature is very good that we need to have in order for our vegetables. So let's take a look at the thermometer as I've been talking, and let's see what it looks like right now. Kind of see it in a little bit, but actually it's below 60, so it's about 58, 59 degrees. I mean, as a seasoned gardener, I like being out here, and to be able to see this warm temperature, I'm ready to get my warm weather plants in. But I know also as a seasoned gardener, and having this to happen to me before, is that I need to practice that one word, a little patience, and then wait, and then do these little things that I'm talking about to be able to, for that time to be right for me to plant my warm weather plants. Because overall, a lot of the warm weather plants don't take a lot of time. On the average, you're talking about 60 to 90 days. I hope this is something you can use, and until next time, this is Dave at Dave's Raised Bed Garden. Keep planting, keep growing. God bless you, and take care.